What's up, YouTube? We're back with Fat Guys Barbecue. And today's episode, it's going to be a good one. Got the egg fired up to 250. You'll see the smoke start generating. We've already got it heated up, loaded it up with lump charcoal. Got a little bit of pecan in it. Got it smoking, trying to get a clean smoke here. We're going to go up to 250. But what are we cooking? I'll tell you. Smoked French dip with au jus. Man, we'll put it on a ciabatta. Use some provolone cheese, some grilled onions. That's also smoked. Your mouth should start watering right now, YouTube, because I'm going to show you. We're going to trim up the eye of the round. We're going to use an eye of the round roast. We're going to trim up a little bit of fat, not much fat on it. We're going to put, you can see we've already cut the onions up. We've cut them up in nice thin slices. We're going to put some butter and some oil down on those. And some salt, pepper, garlic. Let them cook up for a few minutes. Let that eye of the round natural juices flow down in it. Put some of this au jus down on it. Let it cook as it cooks out and renders out. Then we'll cover the onions up, and then we'll have a French dip that's unbelievable. Myself, I like a real rare roast beef. I'll get it right here in a minute, you two. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this eye of the round up to 120 degrees. Once again, get you a meat thermometer. Keep an eye on those temperatures. That's crucial. After it comes off, after it reaches 120, we'll pull it off, tin it for a few minutes, bring the egg up to about 500 degrees, sear it off about 1.5 minutes on each side, pull it off, let it finish resting. I got a power slicer because I cannot slice by hand super thin. You get a nice thin, rare roast beef. It'll be melting your mouth tender. And then I'm telling you, you put you some onions on that ciabatta roll, put that roast beef, dip you some of that au jus out in a bowl. You dip your bread in as you eat it. Money in the bank, YouTube. Let's get to it. Here we are, YouTube. Like I said, we're going to trim this fat off right here. Ain't a whole lot of fat. More silver skin than we like. Make sure we get down under that silver skin. Get you a good sharp knife. Trim it off. Not a whole lot of fat on this one. I've seen them with a whole lot more fat. This one looks good. And here's some silver skin. That looks about good there. Let's get this little bit of silver skin out here. The sharper the knife, the better. But be careful. Don't cut yourself. What we're going to do, and put some salt, pepper, garlic. Let it in for about 15 minutes. We'll also put this on them onions I was telling you about. Then we'll come back and put a little bit of other spices on this rub, on this meat. Let that set for about a few minutes there and we'll come back. That egg's almost up to temperature. We're 200. You can probably see the smoke blowing. And then we'll put the egg and the onions on and put this on the egg. Be some good eating here in a little bit, YouTube. Alright, YouTube, we're coming back to the egg. We'll scoot this back just a little bit. Stir up our onions. You can see they're softening up. What we're going to do now, we'll take our au jus mix. It's a 2 to 1 ratio. 1 part au jus mix, 2 water. So 8 ounces of au jus mix will be 16 ounces of water. What we're going to do is just dump this down in it. Like so. This is the salty stuff here, guys. So that whole bottle's in there now. And we're going to do a whole bottle, 16 ounce bottle of water. Let them cook up those onions there. That wind's a kicking up for sure around here, Jacob.
Yep.
While you was off camera, we had a tent about blow over on us. We'll slide this back now. We'll slide this meat towards the back of the grill. And then just drop the grill. Actually, we need to put in our thermometer. One of the crucial things I told you, we need to keep an eye on temperature. And what my thermometer's got, I like, plug that down deep down into the middle of the thickest part of your meat. My thermometer goes into my pen thermometer. Turn it on here. We're gonna let that come up to 120 and then we're gonna come back and pull it off. We'll see in a little bit, YouTube. All right, here we are, YouTube. What we're gonna do now is lift the egg. We're gonna put the aluminum foil over top of the onions on that in that aluminum pan. Let's check what our temperature is here. Our temperature on the meat, 105 degrees. Like I said, we're only going to 120 on it. What I'm gonna do is slide this back here. Just a second. Slide this forward. Look at those onions and au jus there, Jacob.
That was good.
All I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some aluminum foil over it. Slide this back, close the egg up, let her finish cooking to 120 degrees. Once it gets to 120, we're gonna come back, pull it off the egg, tin it in aluminum foil, pull the onions off, set them off to the side, raise the temperature to about 500 degrees. Then we're gonna sear that meat off, then we'll slice it, have us a French dip. See when it gets to 120, YouTube. Okay, YouTube, we're back. Our little digital thermometer down here says our meat has reached 120 degrees. Let's find out. Putting some insulating gloves in here, where we can pick up our meat and not use tongs. We'll look at the meat and check it out. I'll show you what it looks like. Like I said, then we're going to pull everything off. Pull the plate setter out, raise the temperature up to about 500. We'll sear it off. Let it rest while we set the slicer up. Slice it out. Alright, you seen what it said there. We'll take that temp gauge off. Now look at that. What we're going to do is just double check ourselves here. See, it's showing a little lower. That's showing right up about where we want it. See, look at that. I believe that's what we're going to call done there. And then we're going to wrap it up here. Jacob, I believe I saw it lightning again. Surely you all can probably hear the rain coming down over our head on our tent here. Look at that meat. Look at that, Jacob. And the smell that's coming off of it is absolutely unbelievable. What I'm gonna do is take some aluminum foil, hit it over. Alright guys, here we are. We're going to talk a little bit louder. It's really coming down and rain out here under the tent. You can hear the rain coming down hitting the tent. Sorry guys, the great Lord said we needed some rain. If you'll look down here at the tip, we round up to about 550, headed towards that 600. What I'm gonna do is lift this lid slowly. What you might say is a burp. Because if you lift that all of a sudden, we could have a wall of fire come up and scorch my eyebrows. And I don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is lift this lid slowly, give it some air, because that automatic feed of oxygen could give us a wall of fire. Then we're gonna come back, lay this meat on it, sear it off for 2 minutes aside. We're gonna take it off and slice it. You'll see it down here in a minute. Let's go. Here we are. Slowly burp this egg. Here we are with the roast. We're gonna lay it down straight down. We're gonna go 2 minutes. Here we are, it's been 2 minutes, YouTube. We're gonna do another burp on this egg. Keep that flame down. Reach in, roll it over. 2 more minutes. And we're back for another 2 minutes, YouTube. Burp that thing slowly. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go over here to the slicer and start slicing it up. All right, YouTube, we're back. Told you we're gonna make thin slices. What I'm gonna do, here's our meat. Here's our eye of the round we just took off. I told you we've got a slicer. I cannot slice it, even with a sharp knife. Cannot get it to get this thin. Use very, very, very lots of caution. That is very sharp. Let's make a few cuts. And I've not got it out thin enough. Takes a few slices, see, look how thin that is. It's still not slice it quite like I need it. I'm thicken it out here just a little bit more. There we go. Look at that. Nice and rare. It's gonna be a little bit more done on the edges here. Slicer likes walking with you. There's a nice slice. Look at that. Nice and thin. You can see how thin that is. YouTube with the rest of our ciabatta French dip sandwiches. Sliced our ciabatta roll there. We'll put some provolone cheese down on it. Take a help us out right here. You can tear it out. I've got the egg down to temperature. I'll show you what I'm going to do just for make this a little bit even better. there. Watch this. Jacob, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Just mouth up. That's awful.
That's warm enough to toast some cheese.
Close the lid on it a second. Let's get him some au jus ready here. Check your cheese. Let's give it some more than in there. That looks good, don't it, Jacob?
That looks amazing.
It's starting to melt. I'll tell you what, when we sliced that up, that juice was running everywhere from that eye of the round. Look how thin that slicer. Can you tell me, can you get that thin consistently with a knife? Look at that. Look how thin, look how easy it comes apart. But holds up. Check your toast here. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Yeah. Go ahead and put us some meat on it here. Get you some good roast beef here, Jacob. Put him some onions down on it here. Jacob, let me present to you the French dip, smoked French dip. Let's all recap while I hand this to Jacob. Took an eye of the round, trimmed the fat off, silver skin's gone, salt, pepper, garlic. Put it in the egg for 250 degrees. What, about 2 hours, 2.5? Cooked some onions up while we were doing it. Some au jus. Let the smoke hit that au jus also. Come back, sliced it real thin. Put a piece of provolone on ciabatta roll, a good healthy ciabatta roll. Now we're gonna give it to the taste tester. Jacob, have the first bite. Hand me that camera. That au jus.
That puts the local stores French dip the same. That's
smoked
good.
Onions. Get a little bit of smoke. And that au jus. Got a lot of smoke on that eye of the round. Cut it against the grain with a nice slicer. And that's what you have. A French dip to die for. Money in the bank.
That's money in the bank.
All right, guys, that's the end of this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, because this is Fat Guys Barbecue.